Welcome back, and Sylvia joins me now in the studio. Sylvia, we start today's show with more on the Google story.
That's right. The fallout following Google's announcement that it will stop censoring search results on its Chinese service and that it may exit China is continuing. As we reported yesterday, the world's leading search engine said the decision followed a cyber attack originating from China it believes was aimed at gathering information on China's human rights activists. The move follows a clampdown on the internet in China over the last year, which has seen sites and social networking services hosted overseas blocked, including Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and the closure of many sites at home. Chinese authorities have in the past criticized Google for supplying vulgar content in its search results.
Now, Google acknowledged that the decision may well mean the closure of Google.cn and its offices in China, where it employs 700 people. Google has just a third of the search engine market in China, which is dominated by Baidu. Although its revenues have continued to rise, many analysts believe it was finding business here hard going. Let's cross to Emma in the newsroom now for the latest on what China's internet users have been saying about all of this. Emma, how have people been reacting to the news online?
Some people say it's pathetic that censorship is forcing Google to leave China. Others say Google shouldn't leave. For example, the former CEO of Microsoft China, Tang Jun, wrote on his blog that Google is very stupid to risk losing out on the huge market. Some people have even suggested that this is just all about publicity stunt by Google. They say the company is just trying to improve its reputation in the US, where they brand themselves as a principled and ethical company. The same commentators say Google doesn't really care about its users, but only about its own reputation in the American market. Others worry about what all this means for Google's Chinese employees. They point out that Google has been in China for a number of years and employs lots of people. There are also concerns about Google's business partners in China who could also lose out if the internet company leaves the country. A few internet users say they support Google's decision because there's too much censorship in China. Some Google supporters have already sent flowers to the Google China headquarters in Beijing, leaving a message saying, "Good job, Google."
Well, Emma, Baidu is obviously Google's main competitor here. What are people saying about the two companies?
Many people say they prefer Google to Baidu because Google has Google Earth and people in college can use it to search for research papers from across the world, and they need these features. Some blame Baidu for charging money for their search results and point out that Google doesn't do this. Others say Google's departure wouldn't affect them at all because they've gotten used to using Baidu to search for results in Chinese. And of course, some have pointed out that whatever happens, all of this is good news for Baidu and some other search engines operating here in China.
Thanks, Emma. Well, China has the world's biggest internet population in the world. Right now, there are more than 300 million users. That's huge.
That's right. There are more people online here in China than there are people in the United States.
Right.
Now, it would be a strange financial decision, certainly for from its shareholders' point of view, even if it has a reducing market share here in China, to withdraw from China when the market here is so huge already and growing.
Right. We also have an interesting comment from a professor at Shanghai International Studies University, Professor Guo Ke, who says it will not make any difference to the government if Google quits China. However, he says Google will suffer a huge economic loss by leaving the Chinese market.
And interestingly, since the news broke, there have been uncensored web search results on Google.cn, so it'll be interesting to see for how long that remains the case.
Right.